Hello folks, I'm L.A. Little and this is today's short take. With the earnings season upon us, yesterday I talked about the stock monitoring tool, how to use it, very brief overview. There's also some other things that we do here at TA Today that are useful to members. One is our watch list. On these watch lists you have the ability to share those watch lists. And so if I pull this up a little bit so you can see it, there's a bunch of lists down here that are shared. I can see other people's lists, and of course if you're logged in as yourself and a member, you can see all of my lists that I've shared. One of the things I do is I look at the earnings stocks and I look to see how they have behaved since they reported, and then I make a judgment about whether they're bullish or whether they're potentially bearish, and what you might want to do with those. Now, the nice thing about it is you can just download this data. And so if I pop out of this, here's the download of the data. And then you have the ability, to look at this from the perspective, this row here, of the symbol, the date, the direction, the sector, the industry, the PE. And one of the things I was looking at this morning is short interest. So if I look at the short interest and I sort it so that I'm looking at bullish stocks that have high short interest, then I can go take a look very easily at those stocks, and I've highlighted 3 here that I want to talk about and want to look at. And so going back to here, then I could go down to one of those stocks, and let's just take the first one, ADPT, click on it. It will bring up all 3 time frames, so I can see all 3 time frames at once. I can see the trading cube as well, right? So I can see whether this has been bullish for a long time. If it's a brand new stock, that's what this shows you. You can see what the sector's doing, and you can see how this has been on a rocket shot on the way up, both here. This is the earnings now, big volume expansion on the earning. And what is that? That's short covering, because that stock has short interest of about 18% of float. So we got a lot of people short covering. That short covering, depending on how bad a situation they're in, they either have to continue to cover, or if most of them covered here, then it's over. You don't know that, but what you can do is you can play that idea and decide whether or not that stock has the opportunity to move higher. If we look at the very highest weighting stock as an example here, VRSN, VRSN also short interest, big spike on earnings, and what is it doing? It's going all the way back up to test that top. And so those that are short in this are having to cover because they have no idea how far this stock is going to go. It's already broken over swing point highs, so forth. So you can look at this, the situation. Here's a special case. Short interest, is it high? Is it bullish? Were earnings good? People are going to have to cover their stock. So you got a natural set of buyers there bidding for stock on any kind of a pullback, which gives you the opportunity to try to trade these long without a lot of risk. That is today's short take, and a look at opportunities, special setups, using some of the tools here at TA Today.